All right. Mr. Emmanuel.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, women.
How did you approach the women with the interviews, and what kind of questions did you ask?
I'm a very good cook. I'm okay with massage, so anybody who wants one, I do it. And I don't talk too bad in bed. I'm just that's not how I approach them. Of course not. No, I was lucky. I had done a movie called The Invocation with Deepak Chopra, the Dalai Lama, Desmond Tutu, Karen Armstrong. So, of course, when I approach all of them, including these two beautiful women here, or Michelle, they have a little bit of hesitation or concern, and I couldn't understand it. Why would a man do that? A movie about women, but you don't understand anything about us. You're not one of us. And I said, well, exactly. That's why. Well, you look, when I did The Invocation, which is on God and peace, I'm somebody that doesn't even know what that means, God and peace. I'm a seeker, I'm a holy punk, I'm a wanderer, I'm a curious human being, I'm a glutton for life. So I told them all, look at the movie first, the first one I did, and I survived God. So hopefully I can survive you, beautiful ladies. And really, the idea was very organic. It was to tell them, I don't want to do a movie that is pro-women, pro-men, but pro-humanity. So I want to engage you into a conversation. It's not going to be like a questionnaire FBI style, but we're going to have a conversation about what counts for you. What are the things that needs to change so we get together more and more men and women as one. So it was very, with an open mind, an open heart, and there wasn't really a directing sense. I didn't feel I was a director. I was more like the humble servant, saying, listen, I just want to be of service. That has never been done. The guy said, I'm going to give you really a platform. Usually it's women, movies are made by women and produced by women. And it was the first time that a guy tried to reach out and say, I was begging, I was just really, let me be of service, please. And by doing that, oh my God, the education I received was insanely grand and positive. It's amazing. That's why I always say to men that are hesitant about watching the movie, I say, no, on the contrary, watch it. You're going to be so transformed. And it's going to really give you an ABC on how to make women love you. So buy my DVD as well, guys. Because you watch that movie, you will get everything about women. And that's how you get women to love you, by talking with them and communicating. Not showing your sexiness and brutal force. That might work maybe one night, that's it. They won't love you for that. So that's basically what I do.
And that is one of our following questions for any one of our panelists. How do we approach the education of our young men to educate them in a different way, or what can we do?
I've got two boys. One is 6 months and another one is 7. My wife is asking now for a girl. I need to sell the movie. So anyway, the way as a guy, and it's challenging, because obviously when you do a movie like this, obviously you cannot raise your boys like I was raised, which was, again, the way of the gun and the way of, you're the Superman, you're God. Don't allow to cry, allow yourself to cry and feel weak and small. No, you're not. And I'm doing the opposite. Obviously, that was also a great course at becoming a better parent. It really gave me tools, listening to Maria, Sue, and everybody else, to, wow, okay, what can I do different? Okay, well, if my boy cries, I'm not going to say, oh, don't be a wimp, don't be a sissy, you're a man. No, I'm going to sit down, and we're going to talk about it. And obviously, maybe not much would sink in, but at least I'm not going to rape his brain. I'm not going to tell him, you cannot cry, you have to dominate yourself. So it's a different approach for me as a guy, and that's also why men should watch this movie, men who wants to be parent. I think it makes you a better parent as well.
I have a 12-year-old boy. He actually just turned 12 a couple of days ago. And I really think this next generation is different and more advanced on a cellular level. I think that we, of course, had something to do with it. We've fought for these rights. But my son, for instance, when it happened with Malala in Pakistan, and we were listening to it on the radio, and I explained to him what happened, he said, what? Like, girls can't be educated? What? He would never think that boys and girls were different, that men and women, that women shouldn't work. I mean, almost all the women in his life, including my mother, his grandmother, are working women. That's what we do. And we're mothers, and we're many, many things. So I think if we just, really appreciate that and instill that even more in these kids, we're going to be really, really surprised how they enlighten us and how they already are enlightened more than we could ever be.
Thank you so much.
And as well, in asking your son not only what he thinks, but what he feels. It's a simple way to engage this without taking them through a prolonged dialogue about the importance of your heart and your wisdom and your brain. They might not be interested in that at 11 or 12.
At all.
But you might ask, in addition to what they think, ask them what they feel. And so that they can make a distinction of these two, so that they can see there sometimes are different answers, and sometimes they are collaborative. And teach them that when they come together on the same page, they make really smart and wise decisions that will take them far in the world, so that they'll be fighting less fights for themselves and for others, so that they integrate in a very simple, practical way, day by day. When you hear them say, I think this, say, and how do you feel? How do you feel about that? To teach that distinction, I think, is significant in our young people, so that they become articulate in both languages, so that begins to weave together on a daily, practical level for them.
Thank you so much. We got the last question.
Yes, it was for Maria. And I cannot find it. Where is it? Maria, they're asking, what do we do with the appearance-obsessed culture that we live in? And how do I handle that? How do I approach that?
Well, you showed it really beautifully in the film. All of these women of different ages, different countries, different colors, different weights, different clothes, but there was a light and a passion in each one of these women, and you showed that it's the insides that make you beautiful on the outside. So I think it's about modeling that for our young women, that's how you're beautiful and authentic and in yourself. And I really appreciate that about the movie as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
One hand for our panelists. Thank you, Dr. Tim Morter, Director, EPA, and Maria Bello.
And thank you to Minister Michel again. That was such a supportive force, not only to put these women around, but to help me put together the movie. There's also Rebecca Roos, who helped with the shooting here. Rosalie Klein, who did so many articles on us. And all of you in Aruba, I really adore you. So I think you're gonna have to adore me back, because I'm counting on staying here. So I'm coming back, right? Many, many times, many more movies to come.
Thank you, Aruba.
Thank you.